Here are some bits and pieces of unreleased podcasts that I never put out. Enjoy.
Back to school, but I'm the teacher. Looking at my girl crazy, put you on a t-shirt. No, I'm talking crazy like I sleep with a 9. Lover, not a fighter, but you can't mess with mine. Out of my element, avatar. Better stop asking if I'm busy, I get mad at y'all. Y'all don't even have a car. Why you talking rap if you never even had a bar?
Talking about like having to either like have your rent raised by $500 a month or to pay $7,000 a month. Like, how was that even real? Like, what's the deal with that?
Oh, yeah. So here's the deal. Okay, and it's not as bad as it seems whenever I really looked at it. Okay, it is on the month to month. That's as bad as it seems. So
it really is $7,000 month to month.
Uh-huh.
Here, where we are right now.
Where's my phone? I went on this really bad date the other night, but we went to a bar and I showed everyone at the bar this picture. The rent here is really more like $1,650, so it's only really gone up like $300. Which is kind of reasonable. The reason it's $1,700 for me is because of that guy right there.
She's talking about her cat.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a $30 pet fee or something like that. But yeah, here it is, right here. And if you notice, also what's interesting is that is an investment company, not this apartment. That's another topic for another day.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, so you may sign a 12-month lease for $1,700, or you may sign a 1-month lease renewal for $7,000 a month.
It's real. $7,017.
Mm-hmm.
Who? Why?
It makes no sense. I mean, this is a nice place. Like, I like it here.
It's cool. I like it.
And it's near the park, and that's nice and stuff.
It's
but
near Nashville.
It's
near
not
everything.
$7,000 a month. And the reason they're doing it, it's a business-like thing. It's like, so you don't do that. That's why
I'm sure that they know that people aren't going to pay them.
Right. That's why.
Sorry for the pause, that's awkward. Start a podcast, cause I knew I was a talker. Yeah, my girl love me, but she's sick of my voice. And you know I'm pro-choice, so she do what she want.
Obviously, the biggest addition that they have this year is Russell Westbrook. That guy. My guy.
Oh, could have sworn you were going to say Kendrick Nunn.
No, I didn't even know he was on the team. I forgot. He has this weird, funky shot, left-handed, where it looks like he's just like launching the ball forward. But whatever. No, it's not Kendrick Nunn. Russell Westbrook he's an MVP. He's averaged a triple-double like 3, 4, 5 seasons now. I've lost count of how many times. And for whatever reason, people think now that he's on the Lakers, people think it's not going to make any type of difference. People think that, he's going to ruin the team. He's chaotic. He's too much. And by people, I mean Skip Bayless. But, there are doubters all around the world. And I don't really understand why that is. He's just so good. And, I understand that it's not 2K. But if you have 3 superstars, and I guess we could argue that Russell Westbrook might not be a superstar. But he is a superstar level talent when he's playing his best. He's still capable of putting up 30, 40 points a night if he gives it his all. So he has superstar level ability. So to have 3 players like that on your team and people not think that you're at least almost certainly going to make it to the conference championship is just weird to me.
I don't mind admitting when I am wrong.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
All the smoke that I can handle, but I'm not a smoker. Gambling with these investments in my craft, but never played poker.
Within 15 to 25 minutes, we go from the biggest battle of the show so far to finding out that we're about to have another biggest battle of the show so far within half an hour. And it's just usually, like you mentioned, the battle between the living and the dead, you thought that would have been a season-long thing.
Oh, yeah, it needed to be.
I thought it would have been a season-long thing, and it was reduced to 1 hour and 20-minute episode, and I know that sounds like a lot, but all the episodes are an hour. So when you tell me that, we're going to give you an entire hour and 20 minutes of this war, it's great. It's a great episode, and if the show had been giving you very big battles that last 1 episode throughout the whole show, then you'd be fine. But this is the battle. Mm-hmm. And for it to come and go in one day, and then within the very next episode, they're already talking about going into another war. And logistically, it doesn't make any sense. Physically, it doesn't make any sense. And there's a argument between Danny and John about whether these soldiers need rest or whether they should head straight to King's Landing to do another war, to engage in another war. And me, as a viewer of the Game of Thrones show, I'm saying it does not make logical sense that these people would even be physically capable of starting another battle. But Danny and the show writers say, no, we're fighting now. We need to go. And it just feels wrong. It feels off. I don't want us to forget about the fact that Cersei died by fallen rock. And I just feel like there's no reason for that. So Cersei, if you're listening to this, you've watched the show, but it's just important to note. I just want to remind everybody that at this point in the show, Cersei is the most hated person in the show, and it's not particularly close. So you'd imagine that a lot of people would like to kill her, and nobody does. It just doesn't happen. She gets crushed by some fallen rock. Did that bother you?
In the arms of her lover. That's the thing about Cersei. Is Cersei was very well hated, but you couldn't help but respect Cersei and everything that she did. In fact, you couldn't help but respect every female character. That was one of the things that Game of Thrones did right, is write female characters. Cersei just was very loyal to her family, besides Tyrion. Loved her children and wanted to do whatever she could for her family.
I'd argue that she didn't hate Tyrion as much as you think.
That she led on. Yeah, but that's only because she was loyal to her family.
Right.
So I don't mind so much that that's how Cersei died. I would have agreed that I would have preferred to watch Arya slit her throat or have Dany's dragon burn her alive.
Another scene that I found to be extremely awkward. Arya Stark has been training to be a killer. It feels like for every episode for the past 2-3 seasons, and Cersei's been on her list. Arya had this kill list, and Cersei's been on it for at least 3, 4, 5 seasons. Mm-hmm. I lost count. And then she's so close to killing Cersei, and the Hound says, hey, if you go any further, you're probably gonna die. And she says, yeah, and then she just leaves.
Last week I made more than your father. Poop all the time, you think I'm taller. This is Derapy. It's not therapy, but at least it's free, so that's why bother.
Like ever. Even like, I'm sure when you guys get married, I'm sure I'll be there, but just know like I'm there for you, not because I like weddings. Like that shit is boring. I don't want to do that.
Let
me tell you a story.
Women like weddings.
Let me tell you a story.
Women like weddings.
A buddy invited me to a wedding, right? Well,
I just went to one like a week ago.
Back in February, he was like, I'm getting married. I'm like, cool. So then I was like, you'll send me an invitation, right? He's like, yeah, they're coming in the mail. I never got an invitation. Like, it was April. It was like April 1st. I never got an invitation, but I knew the wedding was in April. Mm-hmm. He calls me April 1st, the day of the wedding, and he goes, what are you doing right now? And I'm like, nothing much. And mind you, I didn't know it was the wedding, but I knew the wedding was in April. Yeah. He calls me. He goes, what are you doing? I was like, nothing much. I got off work. And he's like, you want to come to a wedding? I was like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Do I? No. You can't call me like on the day of for like anything and ask me if I want to be there and me be like, unless it's, hey, you want to go to Dave & Buster's? I'd be like, I mean, I wouldn't mind.
But a
like,
wedding where you gotta get all dressed up and all this shit,
I hate dressing up. Like, luckily, I'm marrying somebody that's like kind of cool, and like we try to have everybody rock Converses, like, because I don't want it to be like
super all
like,
uptight and
we're not out here trying to look like fucking Succession or Game of Thrones or shit. Like, we trying to just kick it.
Got more bars than Broadway. You like learning the hard way. Bet I'll need the money line. There's no need to parlay.
Thanks for tuning in today. Still working out the logistics of when and where I record. Thank you for your patience. If you liked any of the snippets, songs, or podcasts and want to hear the rest of them, let me know. I love you. I mean it. Subscribe to my YouTube for daily uploads. I'll be back on Wednesday. Enjoy the outro.
11 years old, getting bullied about the glasses. I used to be afraid to get caught lacking between the classes. And in high school, I was trying to impress the girls and they were laughing. But you gotta remember who's laughing with you and who's laughing. Wait, talking about being popular back in grade school, that's lame as hell. If I ever do it again, then I swear to God, just kick my tail. I should not be swearing. My mom's a God-fearing woman and I fear the man upstairs too, but he's cool with what I've been cooking. And of course, yeah, it's all up in the name of him, not blaming him for nothing in my childhood. Cause nowadays I got no real complaints and I've been smiling good. Never had to worry about the struggle of coming up out the hood. Cause now I just gotta be the man I promised Spice I said I would be. Going crazy on the beat like it's some bongos and I'm Donkey Kong. I'm my own boss, so don't you tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm feeling right like the Sprite with a little bit of strawberry. I'm hard-bellied, wanna get rid of the gut, but like the hard seltzy. Look, I love my white